You have something to say? Well, save your breath. The way I see it, you don't have much more of them left. It wasn't a threat, fool, but it can be. You seem tired is all, out of breath. The son of Cloudwood Temple named me the Desert Fang. The Thalmor know me as Des Courier. To you, I am simply Savashni, the Khajiit who spared your life. Akaviri, forged in a dragonland, is a sword and armor of the blades, sworn to the service of the true Emperor. But know this, my sword serves no one. You could be Tiber Septim reborn, and I'll still send you back to the Divines with your head in your arms. I killed Thalmor not for revenge, but to survive. I'm no blade. The Order died the day they chose not to acknowledge the Emperor. Only the strong have the right to be masters of their own destiny. Without the Empire, the Blades are just a guild of half-wits playing dress-up. Like fools, they hold themselves up in their temple, like flies in a jar. All the Thalmor did was turn it over and cut off the air. If the Emperor looked in the eyes of the 100 heads in that cart, he would have seen half of them were malnourished and on the brink of starvation. 100 heads of 100 fools. We seek no vengeance for those who can't save themselves from a flock of robed toads. Cyrodiil, fool, from the steps of Cloudwilla Temple. From whence I came before that, no one knows. A blade who had left the service found me as he descended the steps. To him it was a sign from the Divines. In truth, it was just a cowardly mother, waiting for the opportune time and a man with forlorn eyes. Having left the Order, his eyes were indeed tainted with sorrow, and for that he pitied this kitten when he should have abandoned it. Yet it was his newly discovered faith in the workings of the gods that inspired him to develop the skills for which I'm the caretaker. The world is full of such tales of fate and coincidence. That's what we burn into our memories. And all the other instances, every day we live without incident, those moments are never ascribed to the laziness of the gods, just forgotten. True. The one I killed to gain this armor was indeed a blade, a master of the dual sword technique, and my mentor. He was a man of 40 years, and I no older than a dozen, when I first bested him in single combat. Yet he was still my better, and our bodies would never be at an age where I could prove otherwise. At 16, my mentor had exhausted his use to me in terms of a body. I would have granted him death right then, if not for the secrets his mind guarded. The Way of the Nine, stances and techniques derived from the teachings of the Divines. That was his legacy, and his gift To me, his only pupil. But only when I was ready. A phrase thrown around by masters of all disciplines who wish to teach their pupils the value of patience. What I wasn't ready for, and never would be, was religious nonsense with which he dressed the art of the kill. Now as I enter my prime, I search for the lesson that escaped into the void when we last crossed our blades. Fool, the stance of Arche is the very heart of the dual sword technique. Life and death, ice and fire. The nature of all things are born of two. This duality applies to both life and battle. When a mortal kills a foe, in that instant, Arche grants death to one and life to the other. Or so the priestly ones will tell you. Yet the true duality lies not in the dirt and stars, but in how the blade serves as both sword and shield. Twin moons, one sky. Each blade shifts from offense to defense, a mirror reflection of the other, and the opponent knows not where to strike. Yet as it is not a single stance, but a motion that adapts to its opponent, it has proved as impenetrable in theory as it is in practice. You will understand little of what I speak, and much of it is of no practical use, but facile metaphors tossed around by dying man. But I will enjoy watching your brow twitch in confusion as I pass his words on to you. Take, for instance, Tabella, the god of beauty. Talos, mortal man ascended to the divines. The front foot faces the opponent, just as Talos faced the armies of men. The back foot faces the rear to the invisible plane of the eight, two swords pointed north and south, forwards and backwards in an open stance. If you only see the mortal man, you'll neglect the hidden divine. It snowed that night when it should have rained. My mentor looked at the sky and said Kynareth was all out of tears. And I said, Kynareth does not cry for fools. We drew our swords and dashed through the trees, our feet rapping against the snow. The night before I had chosen my stance. While most would use the flurry of Akatosh, the technique is too violent. I could kill my mentor and lose sight of the very thing I sought to learn. And in the spiritual sense, the father does not come before the son. It was the defense of Zenithar that shielded me from his attack. If I saw both his blades as swords and not shields, I could parry, if not kill. Our blades clashed, but made no sound, muffled by the snowstorm. His swords came at me from all directions, but I kept my eyes on his feet. Or more precisely, the tracks he left in the snow. There was a pattern there, if only I had more time. To Akatosh, I went for the flurry and the kill. Yet when I saw his blade rise to the block, I hesitated, only to see that very blade run me through. It was then that he revealed the true essence of the technique. I assumed he moved to protect his life, when his stroke came for my death. but the blade missed my heart by the width of a cat's hair. I made no such mistake with his neck. Just like that, it was over. I dropped to my knees and reached for my potion as his body drowned in a cascade of snow. I tossed the half-empty bottle beside his severed head and said he could have the rest. When he didn't respond, I couldn't help but laugh. All of it, the tracks, the blood, and his legacy, washed away in a tide of white. What you consider a fight, or even a war, is nothing more than a brawl between drunken louts over spilled drink. A great swordsman's talents are wasted in a war. Stray arrows, trebuchets, accidents. Many great warriors have been felled by the blade of chaos. One can't even trust his own side in days of war. Who's to say who's friend or foe, when your eyes squint through guises of dirt and smoke? Like your queries, they range from the utterly pointless to the completely meaningless. Your ears fail you, deaf one. I don't fear chaos, nor death. I despise it. Only a fool acquires a taste for fish and proceeds to hunt for bears. Another simple query from a devout simpleton. The answer is tall, green-robed, and uglier than an imp. The Thalmor's tentacles extend all across Tamriel, but in Skyrim, their presence is weak. While they are busy protecting their vital organs, they will bleed out from their wrists with every Justicar I slay on the road below. You are a simpleton to assume that I am only drawn by death. Life too flourishes in this hold. During the day, I visit Peakshade's tower to calm my blood and meditate on the way of the Nine. At night, the mountain top allows me to survey the land, and on clear nights, the swirl of constellations in the sky. There's a stag that passed through here, white as a summer cloud. The hunters think it would look better in red. Fools all become heroes when their opponent is a helpless beast. Begone, then.
always good to see someone I can count on. Yes? Let's not waste any time.
You might do well to learn a smaller weapon. Vary your style a bit.
Tiny blades don't hurt enough. A sword needs weight.
But 10 little cuts.
All I need is one to cut you in half.
When you put it that way. You might do well to learn a smaller weapon.
May the gods watch over your back. We've received a desperate missive. A citizen of Skyrim has been kidnapped. The companions have been asked for assistance, and we shall answer, particularly when the pay is as good as this. Get moving. I shudder to think what might happen if you're too late.
What was that?
Mercy! No one crosses me! Just give up!
You're gonna die for that.
Is that it? Is that your best?
Where's Big...
I'll drink you dry, mortal. Why fight?
Victory. For now. Did you hear some? Come on! Come on!
By Eastman! You won't get away with that!
Put up a fight.
You're gonna die for that!
You're dead.
You hear me? Dead!
Dog.
Give up while you still can! Come on! Victory is yours!
I can take. Come on. Let's see you put up a fight.
It'll be so much easier to rob when you're dead!
You think I'm afraid of you? I will destroy you.
I'm going to put you down!
Ah! Come on. Let's do it. Come on. Don't put that I'm on fire.
It's what you want! Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back.
You think I'm afraid of you?
Call yourself a Nord? No!
Come on. Let's see you put up a fight. I will destroy you. Come
Victory or sword and gun!
Hold that down!
Kill you! You're gonna die for that.
Need something? Out with it. Hmm? Yes? Let's get going. We should keep moving.
Is someone
What
there?
was that? Thought I heard something.
God!
Stand still! You can't hide from me.
Die then! Come on, show me what you've got. Well, that's taken care of. You're someone who can get things done. I like that. Yes?
I'm going to find whoever did this.
What do you need, Harbinger? What can I do for you, Harbinger? It means protecting and fighting for those who can't. It means living a life of honor and glory. It means doing what is right, even if it's difficult or dangerous. It means standing up for what you believe in, no matter the cost, and living a life worthy of Sovngarde.
Good luck out there. It's always good to see someone I can count on. I wanted to give you this, a token of my appreciation. You're someone who can get things done. I like that. I'm waiting. All right, then. Out with it.
We Greymanes have been feuding with the Battleborns for years. There's no more bitter enemy than an old friend.
Let's get going. Go on ahead. I'll stand guard. We've stopped. Go on ahead. I'll stand guard. That it? Ah, there you are. Excellent. Finally, you're back. Lead the way.
What is it now? Hold on, skeever bait. I ain't no drogger. Not a real one, anyway. How about I piss in your flagon and you tell me it's honey? You blind or just slow? Ebony's my sword, my girl. She always has my back, and I mean that literally. Speak up already. And there's a pine tree living in my trousers, but you don't see me bothering you about it. What's that mean? One less orc in the world? Excuse me if I don't go to my room and sob to death. I'm sure he's down in the cellar, just like Hadring says, or out on the pier. And if he ain't, well, nobody's gonna miss him. There's a cellar door that leads to the back of the inn, and if he passed through here, I was probably too drunk to notice. They call the area west of here the White Shore. I call it the place with trees and snow. Not unless you brought some real ale with you. Need something? The Nords used to call me Morris, the living Draugr, because of my prowess on the battlefield and the fear I struck in my enemies. Now they just call me Morris the Draugr on account I should be dead. I mean, I get it. Maybe I can't swing Ebony the way she likes it. Maybe some days I wake up and my knees burn, or my back starts barking like my old lady used to when I forgot to burn the trash. But I'm hardly an old man, even for a warrior. Some say I'm still worth the swords of 20 men. I've been saying it for years. Listen, you Horker's uncle, at some point tonight, I'm going to walk outside, find the Lover Constellation, and pray Dremora beds your mother. Then I'm going to come back and knock your teeth in. But first, I need another drink.
How's it going?
You talking to me? Enough. What are you talking about? This is my first one. What, me? No, really. This is my first drink. It's this damn hammer's fault. I know. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? I can't explain it, but whenever I use this hammer, I end up feeling, well, hammered. The more I use it, the drunker I feel. Last week, I got jumped by some bandits, fended them off, but woke up here in the inn. Stop using the hammer, you say? Well, that would make sense now, wouldn't it? Problem is, this old girl and I have been through quite a lot together, and I've never been able to find a fitting replacement for her.
If we wanted to, we could kill the old man and throw the bodies into the lake.
Well, sure. If you happen upon a nice-looking hammer, I could give her up. It would have to be something special, though. And if you do, I could see fit to give my old hammer to you in compensation. Sound like a deal? Fantastic. You might check out the smiths in Whiterun, Solitude, or Windhelm. They'd be likely to have something fitting, perhaps. I'll be here.
Hadring got himself another customer, eh? What do you want? You see any other inns around here? Where else would I go to drink? Sure, walk away. I wasn't talking or anything.
It's always good to see someone I can count on.
The beds and beer are both lousy, you ask me.
Nah, I don't think so. Until next time.
What can I do for you? It's been a pleasure. Need something?
No one ever comes to this dump. Hold on. Are you alright? You look like you got ataxia. I'm not a priestess, but I did read Withershins back in the year 199. Well, good for you. Withershins was a terrible book anyway. The name's Colin. What can I do you for? Not much of a talker. No, Morris, that one's a talker. He won't shut up about his dead wife and the corpse he calls his manhood. Okay, so I lied. I talk. But I also get things done. So, if you got things need slaying, I gotta steal to slay 'em. Well, more like you got the iron. Pretty much. Got the face for it anyway. I was too cute to be a tavern wench and too ugly to be a brothel whore. And no, I don't have the two mixed up. At least I don't think I do. Which one is Hadrin? Are you sure you're feeling alright? All those veins in your forehead can't be a good thing. Again, I'm not a priestess, but I did stand behind a healer once when she cured some fool I almost clubbed to death. I forget what he looked like. Maybe that was you. Is your name Heimsker? Rusty iron, if you want to be particular. Rusty enough to give a bandit a real dirty nick. A nick that might fester and kill him. Although it doesn't really cut as much as it clubs. But if you smack him hard enough, they die all the same. Well, he's got his moments. I come to this inn and first thing I ask Hadring is, what you got to drink? And Morris says, I hope you like piss. Poor Hadring. His swill ain't so bad, but with these socialist drinkers around, spreading gossip like a midwife, it's no wonder this inn is so dead. Well, I hope you're a necromancer, because this place is about as lively as a bone crypt. Can't spend 5 minutes here without losing the feeling in your toes. Ain't much to tell. I tried being a soldier for the Empire until I realized that I hate taking orders. I thought about training warriors, but I hate giving orders more than taking them. I thought about becoming a beggar, but they make little more than sell swords. I thought maybe I become a priest, until I remembered that the only god I worship is coin. So I decided to become an adventurer, because pretty much anyone qualifies. Well, this is gonna sound pretty stupid, Because it is. It's pretty much the stupidest thing in the history of stupid ways a person can answer the question, "What are you doing, stupid?" Horkers. Yeah, that's right, horkers. Told you it was stupid. See, I have this friend, and he's mad about horkers. Just loves them. Loves to eat them, that is. Anything else would be too weird. Eating them is weird enough. You can't be serious. Well, for starters, there's a... And suddenly I'm drawing a blank. That's embarrassing. Right. So, one day we're at some inn and he's gobbling down the slop while I'm gobbling down the ale. He's eaten about a half of it when he gets up and goes outside to, you know, drop his own little hulk in the hay. He tells me to watch his stew, as if anyone would put that poison in their mouth but him. Thing is, my head's spinning from all the ale, and pretty soon my arms are spinning too, especially when one of them birds starts chirping. Take a guess. The big oaf came back right when it hit the floor. Now, I'm expecting things to go airborne. Marks, flagons, benches, alchemy tables. But he just walked away. Didn't say a word. Would have been easier if he just let me have it. New friends aren't necessarily good friends. It's hard to find decent company. Most people you talk to, it's like reading some 10-volume tome about the shape of Nord beards. At least with Gore, I managed to keep awake long enough for him to bore me. I said it was stupid. But on the other hand, everyone's got their quirks. Gore's is Horker's too. Worse yet, he spent a week up north gathering that meat. And I don't know how he does it. To me, killing Horkers is duller than an Altmer mating ritual. Those things are like watching paint dry on a portrait of Lind. That's right. Heard they got a bunch of real fat ones by Lake Yorgrim. Figure they clubber a few and bring them back as a peace offering. Good point. If I really wanted to show the big oaf I cared, I wouldn't have just any old hooker. I heard up north they got one as big as a galleon and as ugly as an orc's first wife. Problem is, I'm not so good at finding stuff. Losing stuff? No, I'm the queen of that. Finding? Not so much. You what? Are you serious? By Morris's cheese breath you are. Well, far be it for me to talk you out of something stupid. Now, the Horkers here are too small, but Hadring says there's a Horker so big it sunk an entire ship somewhere up north. They call it a brine hammer. We should head on over there. You can take the lead, seeing how excited you are to do this. I'm more of a follower anyway.
Something I can get for you?